Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Um, Good day, everyone. Just gonna hang around for people to come in. Hello, hello, hello. Today, I'm going to be talking about the state of the nation. I'm not very pleased. I'm not happy. And today I posted my first post today and telling people that look, I'm going to be, stop talking about the masses. Stop talking about the situation with the masses. I'm going to explain that later at 4 o'clock, what I mean by that. Probably I might explain it a little bit as we go in this conversation. But the title of this presentation is Buhari and his men incompetent? Because if you look at the situation in Nigeria, I don't think people understand how bad it is. Because the typical Nigerian look at the fact that he cannot have enough food to eat, because a typical Nigerian think of food, the basic things, food, shelter, housing, basic things. It's always about the basic things because he has never been able to get out of that, level of fighting for basic things, in life. Now, because of that, people don't understand. People think when people want to judge the government, they look at their belly. Do I have food? Do I have clothes? Do I have a job? That's how they judge the government. If you judge this government based on that, then the government has scored zero. If there was a number under zero, you will have to give it to this government. Personally, during the Civil War, I was not born inside the Civil War. So, before the Civil War started, that old I am not. I didn't know how bad the Civil War was, but I listened to people later who talked about the Civil War and how bad the Civil War was. In the East, the Civil War was very bad, like you all know. But there are some parts of the country, like where we lived, my parents lived, where, the Civil War, they didn't experience it as bad as the people in the East. So even then, the system that Nigeria has, the government, the condition of life in the entire Nigeria society is not as bad as it is today. And the situation of Nigeria actually burns me. It just burns my soul. Because it is incredible to see a country with such great potentials being run to the ground by hatred, by political bigotry, by people who just want to destroy things. And I don't understand why they want to do that. Why some people are just bent on destroying a nation as big and as popular as Nigeria. And what pisses me off, secondly, is that the citizens, the Nigerians, allow them to do it. The Nigerian citizens are allowing these few people to do it. And they only talk about it, they only make noise about it, and nothing is done. So the thing is Buhari incompetent? I've talked about this so many times before, and I kind of go here and there. Sometimes I think he's incompetent, sometimes I think he's competent, sometimes, I kind of wave both left and right like a wiper on that. This is my latest conclusion. My latest conclusion about this is that Buhari knows what he is doing. Buhari and the people around Buhari, they know what they are doing. Because I'll give you an example. The last time I visited Nigeria, my wife and I, we were trying to get a flight out of Nigeria very early. We have to be at the airport at 4 a.m. because the flight was leaving at, the flight was leaving at about, I think 5:30. So yeah, 4 a.m. we have to be at the airport very early. So as, there was a lady who tried to help us on time, wake up on time, drive us to the airport. So there was no checkpoint, nothing, nobody was there. So she was trying to climb the road to the departure in the Murtala Muhammad Airport. Suddenly, a young soldier came out of the bush with a Kalashnikov, and then that soldier pointed to the car, like out, to start shooting if we don't stop. No signboard, nothing. So that woman that was driving mashed the brake seriously. So the brake stopped. The car squished to stop. And as we stopped, the next driver behind us also squished to stop. So the young soldier came up and he was speaking some Fulani language. He's a Fulani soldier. And the soldier was threatening us, me, my wife, and the young lady who was driving us, that he was going to shoot us, and there was nothing that was going to be done to him. That was his threat. So as he was threatening that, and he was waving his gun, and his gun was loaded. So you have to start thinking, this guy is a Nigerian soldier, and he is ready to shoot us right now in front of the airport, about a kilometer to the airport in my own country. And he's a Fulani soldier, and there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot go and report him to his boss because his boss is also a Fulani. I cannot go and report him to his commander. I cannot go and report him to his boss, even all the way to the president. There is nobody I can report him to because he's a Fulani guy. So this guy is the most powerful guy there right now. This guy is just a soldier without a rank. This guy has no rank. This guy doesn't obey any law. There's no law and order. This guy did not mount a checkpoint, an official checkpoint, nothing. This guy is just laying in the bush there in the front of an international airport, and then saw a car coming, jump out of the bush and raise his Kalashnikov. So here I'm in a vehicle with my wife, a foreign woman carrying a foreign passport. This idiot soldier doesn't know if she is a diplomat, if she has a diplomatic passport or not. This guy doesn't care. He doesn't understand any form of diplomacy or decorum. So he then threatened us that he was going to ensure that we miss the flight out of the country. That was his threat. He will make sure that we miss the flight out of the country. That's the wickedness. You see, then there was another man, the man that was behind us, that man was a Hausa man. But this Hausa guy, he spoke the same language with the other guy. He could speak the same language with the soldier man, although he was not a Fulani guy. That the Hausa man was telling us to calm down, that this man, that he's that wicked, that he will be he's prepared to let us miss our flight. That is his main goal, to let us miss our flight. Now, why am I telling you this story? My wife and I, we experienced this and we left the country and we were happy never to come back again. But as I can remember at that moment, I was thinking, the only way I can get my right here is to jump this soldier and fight him, and then the gun is going to go off, either he shoot me or I take the gun and I shoot him. One of the two is going to happen, because other than that, there is no way I can get justice, not from his boss, not from his because we have all these Fulani men that are lined up in that hierarchy, and they are all the same. So I never thought about it again. So I left the country and whatever. But there are a lot of people in Nigeria who don't understand the dynamic what is going on right now, and because of the nature of my work and my business in Nigeria, I've gone through all this. When the Fulani herdsmen came to this, to make trouble in my farm, we went to the then commissioner of police. We went to the police. The commissioner of police is a Fulani man. The commissioner of police doesn't even want to see you, doesn't even want to talk about it. The people in the hierarchy under the commissioner of police, they are either Fulanis, or even those who are not Fulanis, you have policemen who are not Fulanis. They are afraid, even when they have a higher rank in Nigeria, they are afraid of even doing their job. Because a corporal will command a higher police officer. Why? Because the corporal is a Fulani, and a higher police officer is maybe an inspector or whatever, but he has nothing to say. And I've experienced this, and a lot of Nigerians have experienced this. So let nobody give me a crap about this. When I was jailed in Nigeria for coming up, because of this herdsman issue, I was jailed. Everybody knows that story. So I was jailed. And there was a guy next to me in the jail. And I said to him, what is your problem? What crime did you commit? And he said, he's a policeman. And his father is also a policeman. But there is an officer there in the same police station division with his father, and his father is even a higher ranking officer, but he's an Igbo man. Okay? His father is a higher ranking officer. But the other lower ranking officer is a Fulani guy, and that lower ranking officer constantly insults his father all the time at work. And nothing is done. His father has reported him to higher authority, but nothing is done to him until one day, he now, as a son, he was angry. So why do you keep insulting my father all the time? Because they are all in the same police division. So he was angry and insulted that Fulani policeman back, who happened to be higher than him. So his father was the highest ranking officer, the Fulani was the middle one, and the son of the Igbo guy was the lowest ranking officer. But the Fulani guy is insulting the highest ranking officer all the time, and nothing is done to him despite all the reports. But when the younger officer then retaliated to insult the Fulani guy, suddenly he was picked up, a policeman, and he was thrown in jail with me. We were sitting next to each other. And what happened was that I was released on a Friday afternoon from jail. And then I asked him, when are you going to be released? Oh, he said, like, the way my situation is, I think I will be released on Monday. I said, why? He said, because the police, the officer, the Fulani officer who arrested him, doesn't come to work on a Friday because guess what? He goes to the mosque. On a Saturday, he won't be there either. And on Sunday, he won't be there either. And he has to sign the release form before he will be released on a Monday. But his father is a higher officer. And his father has the right to overrule the arrest order. But because the guy who signed the arrest warrant is a Fulani guy, that guy must have to sign before the policeman was released. So I left that man in jail. So I remember thinking, this is a very screwed up country. But even then, I just mind my business. I want to go to the farm. I want to do my work. So lately, and I see what is going on in Nigeria, all this killing of the herdsmen and killing by the herdsmen. Killing by the herdsmen of everybody. Then I thought about it. I said, look, why is the government not doing anything? Why is the government? Because everybody keeps talking about that. And Nigerians, being who they are, the easiest thing they conclude is that Buhari is incompetent. This one is incompetent. This one is incompetent. That's why they are not doing anything. But if you analyze it very well, you will discover that no, Buhari is not incompetent. His people are not incompetent. They know what they are doing. This is a systematic setup. Go and look at, this is what happened in Rwanda between the Hutus and the Tutsis. This is what happened. Before the massacre in Rwanda, this was how the system was operated. That a small tribe was ruling the entire country consistently. All service chiefs, important people, military, all these guys were from one small tribe. So when the order was given out to go and massacre, the other guys, they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. That was what happened in Rwanda. That is what, if you go to Yemen, it's the same thing that happened. If you go to, Iraq, that was the same thing that Saddam Hussein did. So what you see Buhari doing in Nigeria right now is a systematic setup of the nation for ethnic cleansing. Okay? I feel sorry for my people. I feel sorry for my people because they are not seeing it. They are not seeing it. And one of the reasons why I decided today that I'm going to, after 30 days, I'm going to stop talking about the masses in Nigeria is because of this. Because talking, it just seems to be wasting your time with our people. What is the point of talking? In Dutch, there is a saying, wie niet wil luisteren, moet wel voelen. It's a Dutch saying, which means he who doesn't want to listen has to feel it. Nigerians don't want to listen. If I look at the situation, I mean, people, I'm not a pastor. God is not speaking to me, but I can use my deductive analysis to analyze the situation and say, look, this is a time bomb, and the time bomb is just 3 minutes to 12. It's going to explode soon. So for me, I'm not going to go to that country as long as Buhari is the president of that country. I'm making that commitment today. I'm not going to step my foot into Nigeria again as long as Buhari is the president of Nigeria. Because number one, my life is not safe. My life is not safe. Number two, the country is going to deteriorate into chaos. And I don't want to be there when the time bomb explodes. So those are the major issues. Because it's like what happened to Nnamdi Kanu. I'm sure Buhari knows what happens to Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari knows where Nnamdi Kanu is. But like always, nobody there talks about Nnamdi Kanu. I'm not a big fan of Nnamdi Kanu myself. But, I mean, come on, guys. When you live in a country where somebody, a famous guy, can just disappear from the earth, just disappear from the earth like that guy never existed, then something is wrong with that country. Something is wrong with the inhabitants of that country. And that country is not where right now I want to give my life for. Because my life is worth a lot to me and to my family. If I have to give it up for something, that something must better be worth it. That something must better be worth it. Right now, Nigerians are not worth it for me to give my life for. Why? Because simple things, people don't want to understand simple things. There are politicians today who are setting the nation up for disaster. People like Bola Tinubu, who orchestrated this APC government that is now becoming the biggest fiasco in Nigerian history. People like, Rocha Okorocha, who keep building statues in a statue of people in Imo State, who keep, kissing the ass of the president all the time, who just simply are not willing to say the truth or tell anybody the truth. We have people like Oyegu, who is the chairman of the APC. All these guys are either from the south of the country or from the east of the country. So it is ridiculous that this man whom many of us respected, they cannot see that the nation is being set up. And this can only lead to one disastrous consequence. There are two things that's going to happen in Nigeria. There's going to be an outbreak of war, or there's going to be an outbreak of ethnic cleansing if this is allowed to continue. Today, you go to the Senate, only two men are talking, and that is Senator Dino and Senator Ben Bruce. I don't remember how many senators we have in Nigeria, but they are all afraid and they dare not say something. How can you have a country that, as bad as the situation is right now, only two men dare to speak? Two men dare to speak the truth. Only two men dare to speak the truth. Of course, you have me, three men. I'm not a politician, I'm not in the Senate. But we have all these governors, and they are all clapping hands and following the situation. They are all clapping hands. The situation is bad, guys. Situation is bad. Because Nigeria today, people don't understand this herdsmen thing. Because people don't want to hear it. People don't want to realize, okay, if you are in Nigeria, you don't want to hear the truth, that's fine. You can stay there. Me, I'm not in Nigeria. And I've said, look, I'm not coming to Nigeria anymore. I've made a resolution. I won't come to Nigeria until this government is phased off. This is a bad government. This government is a bad news. So if they are not phased off, there's no point coming to Nigeria. So if people who are there who prefer to have this government, let them go ahead. It's fine with me. It's fine with me. But you need to know one thing. Don't say you were not warned. I said this 3 years ago already. I said it 3 years ago. 2 years ago, I said it also. I made a video about it, where I said, when I looked at the situation, what was going on, I see young men, Fulani herdsmen with AK-47. AK-47. Not one, not two, not three. Fulani, a lot of herdsmen with AK-47. You see, it is not that in Benue State we have herdsmen that have AK-47 only in Benue State. Umba, like I say in Anambra State. There are men with AK-47 in all 36 states of the nation. Think about that for a moment. Think about that for a moment. You have men who are not military officers. They are not police officers. They are not security officers. They have AK-47 in all states of the Federation. They are scattered all over the place. And they can move freely in all states of the Federation. And yet, Nigerians don't think there is something going on. There's a danger. Okay? I look at this man and I pick up a phone of one of these men, because we had a fight, capture their phone. And I could see that these people, they have contact. If you look at the contact details of their mobile phone, it's a terrorist network. It's a terrorist network. And I can trace this terrorist network in Nigeria. It's a terrorist network. So, and I wonder, how come security operatives cannot do that? The same guys who could go to Nnamdi Kanu's house and shut him down, take him away. Suddenly, these same guys don't know. If I pick up a phone, I have a phone from a Fulani herdsman. And then show these guys here, looking phone, and look at the number there. And they're telling me, we cannot find this thing now. We don't know, we cannot find our leader. Of course, they find the leader. The telephone number of the leader is here. MTN has a database of all users, including their fingerprint. Look at fingerprint of all users. Even my own is there. So how come you cannot find them? So why is it that even when you carry the phone of a Fulani herdsman and give to the policeman, nothing is done? Why? There can only be one conclusion. I don't know how many idiots we have in Nigeria, but I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them because I'm a security expert. My job is information technology security. I do that. I'm a paranoid security expert. So what I see in Nigeria is that simple. There is a group of people that are sponsoring these herdsmen, and the president is aware who they are. It is not possible. Try to put yourself in the shoe of the president of a country. Forget the country. It can even be, what do you call it? One of these small countries that doesn't have electricity. Oh, sorry, it's Nigeria. So put yourself in the position. You are the president of Nigeria. And you have a group of people killing people in your own country and you don't know who they are. And you want to know who they are. Then somebody's head got to roll. Somebody's head has to roll. We have the Minister of Defense. We have how many generals do we have in Nigeria? We have DSS. We have police. We have Navy. Somebody's head got to roll. But only in Nigeria, when it concerns, last time, there were some people who went to kill people in Port Harcourt, or what is it? It's a Cross River State. They say the guy is a kidnapper. So they killed some people, and within a week, the guy was fished out by Nigerian army. They shot him, killed him, put him on the street like they always do in Nigeria, without respect for the human life. So, but how come we never hear or see the same army fishing out a Fulani herdsman? See the dead body for ground, saying a police kill him or a soldier kill him. I still remember once, look, to catch a Fulani, to know who a Fulani herdsman is not a problem. It's not a big deal. I have said it many times. Every cow has a tag. They have this brand, iron brand. They do them. Sometimes they write it in Arabic, they write it in A, B, C, D to Z, whatever it is. It's a brand. They put it in fire. When it's hot, they put it in the yansh of the cow. It's a brand. Look at the cows closely. They all have a brand. That is how they know who owns the damn cow in the first place. So now you have a set of cows that are destroying a farm. If you catch one or two cows, you know who owns the cow. Guess what? The herdsman who owns those cows is carrying a Kalashnikov. So if you know the boss, then go and search his house. Go and search his second house. You will find a bullet, at least a bullet. No, you will never see a policeman follow up on any report of atrocity by herdsmen. This is not them say, I have experienced this. This is not something they said. I have experienced this firsthand, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. So, and this, what we are talking about, is not in Maiduguri. This is not in Sokoto. This is not in Plateau State. This was experienced in Edo State. You think, this Edo State, that is where I was born. That is my father's land. We grew up there. It is not Fulani's land. So, but if despite that, our politicians don't do anything. We have a governor in Edo State. The guy is in Abuja now. They have this. You see, that's what they always do. That's what pissed me off this morning. Everything is going on. What do they do? When the heat is getting strong, they will send the vice president. The vice president is the errand boy. They will send the vice president, the errand boy, to go and set up some committee. So now they have this stupid committee again, and all the other errand boys are coming along, and then they have a meeting. So the governor of Edo State is going there. All these guys going there. They want to have a meeting and say, what is the solution of this problem? Come on. How did we get here? We all know the solution of this problem. But, the problem is we have a House of Assembly. Every state of the nation has a House of Assembly. Everybody is afraid. Everybody is afraid. We got here because of corruption. People ask, how do we got here? No, we got here because of corruption. Because every person in the House of Assembly is a corrupt bastard. And I'm going to repeat that again. Every person in the House of Assembly in Nigeria is a corrupt bastard. And because of that corruption, nobody dares say something. Because basically, when you are corrupt, you have sold your soul. You have sold your soul. Because the day you say something, then EFCC is on your neck. By the time you say one small thing, somebody will call you and say, remember that dealer? EFCC is on your neck. So you have these men and women who have sold their soul. That's one of the devastating problems of corruption. Because people sell their souls because when they are corrupt. And they sell their birthright. They cannot say anything anymore. It's not just the money that they steal, all this. People sell their souls. Say something. The president is not happy with you, or one of his henchmen is not happy with you. The FCC is on your doorstep the next day. So you want to spare yourself that nonsense. So that is why nobody is talking. Everybody keep quiet. Everybody keep quiet. And that is the genius of Buhari. That's the genius of Buhari. It is not that Buhari cannot fight corruption. You see, people don't understand. People say, Buhari is incompetent. Buhari is not doing this. My guys, look, Buhari know what he's doing. Buhari know what he's doing. Buhari likes to keep all these people in captive. They are hostage. They are hostage, man. So when you have taken people hostage, the hostage taker can do what he likes. Can rape people, can shoot people, can do whatever he likes. He's the one calling the shot. All these politicians are now hostage. So if you have not analyzed the situation very well, if you're not capable of analyzing, you just go with the wind and say, Buhari is incompetent. Buhari is incompetent. No, the man is not incompetent. Rather, the man is a genius. The man knows what he's doing. There's a very clear agenda in the head of that man. evil agenda in the head of that man. He knows what he's doing. That evil, by the time it is fully materialized, Nigeria will not be the same country it was. By the time it is fully materialized, Nigeria will never be the same again. So, because when Buhari replaced all service chiefs, Buhari knew what he was doing. Before, you see, when you think back in retrospect, when Buhari didn't appoint the ministers, it took Buhari 6 months to appoint ministers. People say he was incompetent because that's what Nigerians do. Nigerians will make a judgment without analyzing the situation properly. And it's very, I don't blame anybody, but it is because we have so many incompetent people say, the man is incompetent, that's why. No, the man was not incompetent. The man did not appoint ministers because he didn't want to. The man wanted to run the country himself with his family. That's why if people were not shouting on Buhari, Buhari wouldn't have appointed ministers. He was not incompetent. He knew what he was doing. When he appointed corrupt politicians as ministers, he was not incompetent. He knew what he was doing. He wanted people he can keep hostage. Buhari was a hostage taker. He came to take hostage. He was looking for people to take hostage. When you take these people hostage, they can't say anything. Amechi is a hostage. Fashola is a hostage. Ingege is a hostage. All these guys are hostage. They have been taken hostage. They cannot say a word. So by the time you have hostage, you put people there that you can take hostage, then you can start doing what you like to do. Now, nobody can question you. Because I remember Buhari said, if any minister that is not performing, he's going to remove that minister. You don't perform, I'll remove you. People thought, wow, this man, action man, don't come. But how many jobs has Ngege created in Nigeria since he became a minister of labor? Minister of Environment, how many trees have they planted? How many creeks has they cleaned? Minister of Power, how much power has it? So these people are not performing. These people have not performed at all. Even a complete nitwit. Come and pick up a white guy from the street of Amsterdam. Say, have you ever been in government before? No. What is your last job? I was a cleaner in the supermarket. Come and be a minister in Nigeria. That person will perform better than what our ministers are performing right now. But why are they still there? Because they are hostage. They are the ideal hostage. That is why you will put the Minister of Defense Hausa man or Fulani man. Nobody will talk. You will put the intelligence, national security officer, Fulani. You will retire, Southern General. You won't see a Southern General anymore. Igbo General. Have you ever seen an Igbo General? I don't know if there's an Igbo General in Nigeria anymore. It's like an Igbo man cannot be a general in Nigeria. Why can't an Igbo man become a general in Nigeria? There's no law against it though. We have Igbos in the army. So an Igbo man is like, no, Igbo people don't exist anymore in Nigeria. Just so every time all the list of disappointment comes out, people will start to shout. People will start complaining. Then they will say there's always going to be somebody who come and defend the president. And then you would think, okay, these men don't reach. This thing will stop. And then next time another set of appointment will come out. That one will even be worse. Then after that one, people will shout again. And then the next time, another list will come out. And that one will even be worse. And then you think, okay, this man, he's not stupid though. This man knows what he's doing. And Hitler did the same. When Hitler started, everybody thought, people thought that, the man is stupid. This idiot Austrian. That's what people thought in Europe. So it is not strange to think that a genius is stupid. Because they want you to believe that they are stupid. Because if you believe that they are stupid, they are incompetent, then they have more chance. You have more time to complete their work. So now, the situation in Nigeria is that far. I don't know if you guys have thought about it. If there is a meeting in the villa, Osinbajo doesn't even understand what is going on. Because people are not speaking English anymore as official languages. You walk into offices in Nigeria at a higher level, nobody speaks English. English is the official language of Nigeria, is the business language, but nobody will be speaking English. Guess what language they are speaking? So now you have Osinbajo there, and they're talking. So people will come to visit Buhari like this in the office, and they will be speaking their language. Osinbajo will just be there like a nitwit and don't understand what is going on. And this man is the vice president of a nation. Personally, I think Osinbajo should go and resign. Personally, I think Osinbajo is an embarrassment to his profession. He should resign. This is just ridiculous. I used to have respect for the man. So this is the state of the nation, man. This is the state of the nation. And it's highly embarrassing. It's highly embarrassing. So you have that the life of anybody is not safe. From the soldier man on the street, who is a Fulani guy, wants to shoot you, and he knows nothing will happen to him. And I knew he could shoot me and nothing will happen to him. And I was concerned about my wife. So in that country, so they don't care. They don't care, what happens to Nigeria. These people don't care about Nigeria. That's not what they care about. They care about religious bigotry, their religious activity. I don't know what they want to turn Nigeria into. They want to turn Nigeria to a Muslim country or whatever. I don't know. But that's what they care about. They care about that the Fulani, a system imposed on the Fulani people all over the country. And of course, you never heard me talk like this before, because I'm not somebody that come and say talk against from one, stir up people against one tribe. Or I'm not a tribalistic person. I'm not a tribalistic person. But we cannot keep pretending that this has nothing to do with tribalism. We cannot keep pretending that the president means well for the nation. The president, Muhammadu Buhari, doesn't mean well for Nigeria. The president is a complete disaster for the Nigerian nation. And when Nigeria don't want to see that, then for me, it's time to keep quiet. When Nigeria cannot see that, cannot see through that Buhari is a danger, is a big sign that says danger, then I will rest my case. People think, oh, this man is against Buhari. That is not true. I was never against Buhari. In fact, I was a fan of Buhari. People who know me will tell you that I was a fan of Buhari. Because I really thought that Buhari, because of his military his toughness, he would help to eradicate corruption in Nigeria. Because when he came then with Diagmo, we had a war against the discipline, we have this. Nigeria was going to the right direction. I thought it was something we have not seen before. And Nigeria, I like it. I like it. What was going on? I was a young man then. I thought, okay, when we can go on like this, Nigeria will be better. And then Buhari and Abacha came with the Babangida and overthrow Buhari. So we thought, some of us who saw Buhari then and Diagmo is not alive anymore. We thought when Buhari become a president, Buhari can do something against corruption, because he was always the man of, he has the trademark of the man of integrity, the man that was not corrupt, the man that was this. So that was what, I would be the first guy to come and tell you that, look, I believe that man Buhari could change the corrupt system in Nigeria. At least we'll fight for it with the means that we have. There is enough means to fight for it. Not knowing that his strategy was completely different strategy. His strategy was to fool everybody to think that he's coming to fight corruption, then come in and establish himself and establish tribalism, establish high level of corruption, really dig a very big pillar and put it there that you cannot shake it anymore. And now we are into dictatorship. I never thought that in a democratic system, I will be in an exile in a foreign land. I never thought about that. And I never thought that when Buhari should come to power, truthfully, will be in an exile. That I never thought. Sani Abacha, yeah, that could happen. Sani Abacha, yeah, is a bad guy. When I came to Nigeria then during Sani Abacha's reign, I knew how, I was treated at the airport. And it was really a very sad situation. It was like going to Baghdad. So I never thought such a situation will ever come back again in Nigeria. Unfortunately, today, this is that situation we are experiencing. And you know what? This is worse than Sani Abacha. People don't realize that Sani Abacha was not planning to wipe out a set of people. Sani Abacha was not trying to wipe out the South or the East or the Central. Sani Abacha didn't have a set of herdsmen that were doing his dirty work for him. He has some guys who were doing it for him. But this system is worse than Sani Abacha. And I still remember Babangida was saying, when Babangida has an interview once. I think that interview is on Facebook before the election. And he said, they asked him, why don't you support, because of course Babangida and Abacha don't come along. Babangida said something, he said, Buhari is not a good leader. That was why they removed him. He said, Buhari is not a good leader. That is why they removed him. Now, people thought, because they call him Maradona, he's spinning the story again. Babangida is, he's the one who spoiled the country, he's spinning the story. It is much later, and I started remembering what Babangida said. He said it in such a short way, such a quiet way that many people won't even remember. But the people who can, maybe some people have that tape. Then I start to remember, this is what this man said. The agenda of Buhari 30 years ago, this man did not like it. Babangida did not want the agenda, the evil agenda that Buhari is operating today 30 years ago. That was why they removed him. Now, we are stuck with this dude. Now, this dude is not going to go away. This is not Jonathan. Jonathan lost an election and handed over power to Buhari. This dude is not Jonathan. The people around him are not Jonathan. First of all, if these people lose an election, they will not give power to the next guy. And there is nothing you can do about it. Why? Who are you going to call? Who is your ghostbuster? Who are you going to call? Are you going to call the chief of police? You're going to call the chief of the army? You're going to call the chief of naval? You're going to call the national security chairman? Who are you going to call? When that day comes, Buhari loses the election and he refused to hand over the power to somebody else. Who are you going to call? That's number one. And number two, what makes you think Buhari is going to lose the election? Who owns INEC? So, man, you guys are in a deep shit. Pardon my French. You guys are in a deep shit. So, it is time all well-meaning Nigerians have to start to think about a counter operation. You got to start thinking of a counter operation. Keeping quiet and let's, Dr. Abrams go and do the talking. It's not an answer. If you guys want to keep quiet, if you guys want to let me be doing the work, I'm not going to do the work anymore. I'm just going to relax. I mean, Miami Beach is still okay for me to go and stay there. So I've been working my butt off for this nation for the past 3.5 years. And I've gone to jail. Fulani almost killed me. Soldiers pursued me through the bush. They almost killed me at the airport. They have done, they have done a lot of things to me. And you cannot even get people to come up and wake up and say, man, let's get this thing done. So I say, okay, like the Dutch people will say, he who doesn't want to, see what is going on, want to listen, has to feel it. People who don't know as much as I do, they say they are prophets in Nigeria. And they say, the rest will say, they have vision from God. No, I'm not a prophet. Maybe God is giving me vision. I don't know. But what I know is that the path is totally clear in my head. Otherwise, you won't see me come on air and attack Buhari like this. The path is so clear in my head. The devastation that this guy is going to bring this nation to is very clear in my head that I have to speak out. I have to speak out because 2 years ago I said to somebody, I said, this is what is going to happen. When I look at the movement of the herdsmen in Nigeria, the so-called herdsmen, look, don't let anybody lie to you. They are not Boko Haram. They are not, what did I say? They are not Boko Haram. Don't let anybody lie to you. Some of them might be from Niger Republic or from Chad. So terrorists can come from everywhere. But they are under the umbrella of Nigerians. Okay? These herdsmen, they are all coordinated. Do you know, the funny part of this is I work in the security world and I know the Americans know who they are. And the Americans, once in a while, they will send a report to the Nigerian government. Say, guys, we have some terrorists in your country. Look at, this is the name of the boss. Look at. The Americans will actually put the whole cell on paper. They know everybody. Because even the mobile phone communication, they tap everything. So they know. They know this. Fulani in the bush calling his master, say, when are we going to kill them in Benue State? The Americans are listening. The NSA listening to all this communication. So the NSA will actually send a communique to the Nigerian government. Nigerian government will take that communicate and tear it. It's not everybody. The MI5 knows. Ask MI5 today. Say, who are these people? They will give you a list. So now Nigerian government is pretending that these people are ghosts. Oh no, so terrorists. Okay. So now some other stupid nonentity governor will tell you that these are foreigners. What a ridiculous, idiotic statement. If they are foreigners, does that mean that they should come and kill your own citizens? If you allow foreigners to be killing your citizens, that means you are a complete idiot and incompetent. Foreigners, how many times you hear foreigners coming to Germany and start killing Germans? And then Angela Merkel will say, yeah, these people, they are foreigners. That is really. How many times you see Mexicans coming to Texas to kill people? And then the Texan governor will say, there's something we can do. They are foreigners. Or let's take Pakistan. That, Taliban will come in. Taliban is a terrorist group. They'll go into Pakistan, kill a lot of people. And the Pakistani government will say, there's something we can do. They are foreigners. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It stinks. Of course, if you cannot protect your citizens, then you have to pack your things and leave the government. If you cannot protect your citizens, it's not that these people cannot protect their citizens. It is these people don't want to protect their citizens. These people, it is not in the best interest of the Buhari administration to protect their citizens. It is a counter interest. The interest is let them die. The more they can kill, the better. Let's put fear into their heart. I said this months ago. I made a video and people say, look, Aaron's used to talk. Yes, this same statement I made few years in a video is still there. You can go and check it. And I said, look, this is one of the things that is going on is to put enough fear in people's mind. Put enough fear, because that is how dictatorship works. Put enough fear in people's mind so that one day, when the command will go out, it can be an SMS, it can be a telegraph message, it can be an email, it can be one phone call. That message will go out, strike at midnight. Strike at midnight. All headsmen in the nation will get that message. You will remember what I said. Strike at midnight. All headsmen in Nigeria will get that message. They will come out with their Kalashnikov and they will perform a massive ethnic cleansing in every state of the federation except their own state. Then people will realize that, look, there was this man, we thought he was crazy, online, shouting about this thing, and nobody listened to him. It is not if it's going to happen, it is when it's going to happen. And I will also tell you the next level. After that happens, there will be a national state of emergency declared in mostly the southern states. State of emergency. That means that when state of emergency is deployed, the president will remove each governor and replace it with a military officer. And guess which tribe that military officer is going to come from? I won't tell you. You figure it out yourself. By the time there is a state of emergency in 15 states of the nation, 20 states of the nation, and mostly southern, eastern, and central states of Nigeria, then the whole country is taken over. then people will still be complaining. Say, some people will be telling you that Buhari is he mean well for the country. Yeah, he mean well for the country. It's his ministers that are not doing the right job. You know, I mean, guys, I'm so pissed off, man. I'm so pissed off. How can people be this stupid? How can people be this stupid? How can people not see what is going on? This thing is so easy to do. It's so easy for the president to declare state of emergency in 10 states. Impose curfews. Remove the governor and implant military officers from the Fulani tribe. And these military officers, when they come in, guess who they are going to put in their new administration? Fulanis. So, when you have a Fulani governor in your state, and the commissioners in your state are Fulanis, the chief justice in your state is a Fulani, commissioner of police is a Fulani, the head of prisons is a Fulani. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do a damn thing. You can't do a damn thing. And then your life will be completely screwed up. People really expect me to now be in Nigeria with them when that situation is happening. Over my dead body. Over my dead body, I won't be there. Because for 3 years now, I've been talking about it, and every time my warning is coming through. Every time I finish, few months later, it will happen. This one I'm telling you now, it will happen. Maybe it will happen faster than I'm telling you. This is complete madness. Now, all these guys, these Saturn guys, them Oyegu, them Bola Tinubu, and this big friend of mine, Rocha, Sokorocha, they are clapping hand. Clapping hand. You know, they go into the villa to endorse Buhari for the next 10. For the next 10. It's okay. These guys, they're supposed not to be able to come back home. When they go to Abuja, they're supposed not to be able to come back home. Before they come back home, their house is supposed to be taken over by the citizens. Put fire. Let them go and stay in Abuja. It is absurd. It is absurd. Look at my age. At my age, I am not supposed to be, in a foreign country. At my age, I am supposed to be, I'm not supposed to be making, doing this on Facebook. At my age, I'm supposed to be building a nation. We're supposed to be building a nation. At my age, we're supposed to be building skyscrapers, building, speed trains from Lagos to Maiduguri. At my age, we're supposed to be building the biggest stadiums in Africa, building cities, building waterways around the country. This is just too ridiculous. So what a waste of time, what a waste of energy, what a waste of resources, what a waste of brain, what a complete waste, what a complete nuisance these people have created. It's not that these people are that, they are not incompetent. In fact, they are geniuses. But they are geniuses in doing what is evil. These are evil men. Evil men. They know what they are doing. I want you to tell Nigerians, every other Nigerians you can come across who are not brave enough to watch this video, that these men, they know what they are doing. They are geniuses. They are evil geniuses. And they are working towards burying the Nigeria country. The agenda is to bury the country the way we knew it and create a new one. And once that new one is created, people will just have to accept it because they have no choice. Why? Because they have accepted the madness before. They have been capacitated. They were clapping when the shit was happening, and now they have no choice than to accept the new reality. And I make myself a promise. I will never accept that reality. I will never accept that reality. I will never accept that reality. And if that means that I have to stay out of Nigeria for the rest of my life, and that is something I'm willing to do. That is not a reality that I am willing to accept. And if my people are not willing to come out and even say truth to themselves, then they deserve every little thing that is going to befall on them. They deserve every little thing. And no matter how bad it is, or no matter how small it is, they deserve every little one is going to befall on them. Because at a given time in life, people just have to open their eyes. You open them, realize that, look, the game don't change. It's like you're playing football. Manchester United on one side, AC Milan on that side. You say, okay, the AC Milan must score. This is the goal of the other guy. They are playing the football. After some time, you look at him and say, the game don't change. Oh, you are watching on TV. By the time you see that the Manchester United is now on the left hand side, then you think, maybe now second half than they now. That means the game don't change. Guys, the game don't change. Oh. The Nigerian game, it don't change. Not be democracy we there anymore. This one don't pass democracy. Oh. This one, that somebody will speak out. As DSS will be on his doorstep to arrest him. As I'm talking now, DSS will be at my house. Once I finish broadcast, they will pick me up. That means this is no longer democracy now. The game don't change. The game don't change. This is how Abacha did it. Now so Abacha do it. The game don't change. I know some of you are not that old. What is going on now? This is what happened to the Igbos before the second, civil war. This is what happened to the Igbos. Somebody was killing the Igbo people somewhere. Go and read history. What they are doing now in Benue, that was what they did to the Igbos. Then there was this man called Ojukwu who said, why are you doing this to my people now? Please protect them. Please protect my people. And the other people said, we don't care. Just like it is now in Benue. We don't care. We just going to kill them. So that man called Ojukwu, he is the leader of his people. He then said, okay, if you don't care about the people, my people, we're going to come home. We're going to come home. So everybody have come back. And then he said, okay, look, we're going to defend ourselves in our own home. That is what brought the war. So people will not read book. When I go read book, that is what brought the war. What is happening in Benue now, this is what happened that brought the Nigerian civil war. The only difference is, at that time, the Igbos When they saw it coming, because they had a leader with vision, he went to stockpile arms. The man go buy gun, buy bullet, print his own money. He was prepared. Now, today, nobody is prepared though. Nobody is prepared. But there are people going all over the country, taking people hostage with Kalashnikov. Nobody ever go to prison. Nobody is arrested because they are spirit now. Nobody knows who they are. They are foreigners. So once they shoot somebody in Benin City, they will, within before money don't reach, they don't reach Niger Republic. That is how fast they can run with their Kalashnikov. So man, this is it. This is it. I am going to make my broadcast for 30 days. I'm going to bring out 30 broadcasts for 30 days, and I am going to stop because Nigerians don't want to be saved. Nigerians don't want to realize the truth. Nigerians don't want to know what is going on. There is no point disturbing people who don't want to wake up. I say people who don't want to wake up should go to sleep. Somebody will wake you up with a Kalashnikov. Somebody will wake you up with an AK-47. Somebody will wake you up with an M16 when you don't want to wake up before then. That's the only thing I can say. But me, I will not be wasting my time, my energy, my resources trying to wake those people up. As for me, I will not be there in that country that the one famous guy called a shithole when the people don't want to wake up. Don't want to wake up. Somebody will wake you up one day. Somebody will wake you up one day with a Kalashnikov. I have seen it and I see it happening. And I have warned, and people don't want to listen. And if you are here today listening to me and you have the means, if you are a man and you live in any other country in the world, doesn't matter which one it be, even when it is Republic of Benin, go to Nigeria and get your family out. Look for your loved one, get them out of that country. Because if you don't, if this mess continue, you will regret it. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. But as for me, I have no wife in Nigeria. I have no child in Nigeria. I just stay where I am. I will just stay where I am. But I have done my work. And I've done my work. I've done my duty. I've spent months working 16 hours a day for my people. I don't know many people who have done that. I have done my work. But now, I cannot go on if people are not willing to do their work. People are enjoying their slumber. So, why must I bother them? I must not bother them. One day they will wake up. Maybe when they wake up, then I will say, this man, now for listening to the last that time. So guys, that's it. As you can see, I'm pissed off. I'm not just pissed off at Buhari. I'm pissed off at Buhari because he knows what he's doing. And I've come to realize that Buhari is an evil man. I repeat it, Buhari is an evil man. There is nothing good that will come out of Buhari. And for those who think, the man is a PDP, I don't belong to any political party because the people in PDP are shitheads themselves. They are not different. But this guy called Buhari, there is nobody as evil as he is in any of the parties. Absolutely none. There is nobody as evil as this dude in all the parties. I've come to decipher this guy. I woke up last night and I thought, whoa, what's a revelation? This guy is, a crazy dude. I woke up last night and I thought, whoa, this guy is a madman. This guy is of no good. And my head was open. The pastor should say God spoke with him, but that's not true. My head was just open. It was because of the analytic capacity. I just put everything together and said, whoa, this man is an evil man. So I have to warn my people. It's not political. Nothing good will come out from Buhari, period. Buhari, what is going to happen is this. Before the election, you're going to watch out. Before the next election, Buhari is going to speed up what he's doing. Because he thinks, if I have to speed things up, otherwise I might lose the election. So he's going to speed things up. Just watch out. Before the next election, people are not saying, we'll go and cut my PVC. We'll go and cut my PVC. Which PVC? Buhari will speed up because as you are thinking, don't forget you are talking about a genius. This guy is a genius. This guy knows you are getting your PVC. It's not about PVC here. This guy knows he's a genius. He has evil geniuses around him. So as you are getting your PVC, they are strategizing on how to make your PVC irrelevant. Repeat, irrelevant. I repeat, irrelevant. It is even going to be a bigger disaster for Buhari to be there in the next 1 year. That the next 12 months already is a disaster on his own. I know Nigerians like to pray. Biko, go and pray. I've never said to somebody to go and pray, but now you really need to go and pray. Because the next 12 months is a disaster. Just for the sake of the fact that Buhari is there, it's going to be it's a national disaster. But if people don't resist enough and that Buhari win the election, whether by crook or by any means, then you guys can forget it. When that happens, please, Biko, carry your portfolio, carry your suitcase, start living. Just carry your suitcase, start to go. Doesn't matter where. If it is Ghana, go. If it is Republic of Benin, go. If Ivory Coast, go. Cameroon. Just carry your luggage and start living. Because what will befall on Nigeria, if it will be so severe, it will be catastrophic. Very catastrophic. There is nothing good that will come out of Buhari. Trust me. Nothing good will come out of Buhari. I have seen the picture, and whether you like it or not, I don't know how to tell you. There is nothing good that will come out of Buhari. It is only evil that will come out of Buhari from now on. It is over. You can pray all you want. It's not going to help anything. I know that. And everybody knows that I've never talked about Buhari like this. It is not because I hate him. I've never spoken about Buhari like this. I've never spoken about any politician like this. But I see millions of people who are going to die. Millions of people who are going to die. And a lot of innocent people who are going to die. And it is my duty to warn the people before it happens. Go and talk to your senator. They have to start impeachment process. This man must be removed. Go and talk, blockage your governor, blockage your senator. Don't let your senator come home again from Abuja. If they come home, you stick to pursue them. Use cutlass to pursue them. They must go back to Abuja and start an impeachment procedure. Buhari must leave. If Buhari doesn't leave, your life is in danger. If you go and drink beer with the senator and he give you 1,000 naira and you are happy, that's okay with me. I'm not going to be there when the shit hit the fan. Thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day.